There are ancient stories, hidden between worlds, waiting to be told. Stories not of the past, but of a future we are remembering. They carry the frequency of 5D consciousness, whispering forgotten truth, awakening dormant wisdom, creating a portal to our highest potential. This is one of those stories. The Firefly That Remembered. Deep in the heart of an ancient forest, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind and the river sang to the stones, there lived a little firefly who had forgotten how to glow. Once, long ago, after she had first arrived to the forest, she had been one of the brightest dancers in the night. She would fly through the air, tracing golden spirals in the darkness, her light flickering like laughter. When she soared over the lake, the water mirrored her glow, creating ripples of light that danced back at her. She had loved those nights, when the air was cool, the world was vast, and she felt like a tiny star in an endless sky. But not everyone saw her light with wonder. Some who did not glow whispered among themselves, watching her from the shadows. "She thinks she is special," a beetle muttered. "She makes us look dull," a cricket sighed. Others, who had forgotten their own glow, said, "The world is already bright enough. What difference does one little firefly make?" These words wrapped around the little firefly like vines, creeping into her thoughts. Was her light too much? Was she selfish for shining? Was she even needed at all? Doubt became her companion, and little by little she dimmed. At first, she only flickered less often. Then she stayed close to the tree trunks, hiding among the leaves. And finally, one night, she stopped glowing altogether. No one noticed. For a long time, she lived in quiet darkness, watching the stars instead of dancing among them. The fear of being seen kept her small, kept her invisible. One evening, as she rested on the rough bark of an old oak, a deep, steady voice rumbled above her. "Why do you hide in the darkness, little one?" She looked up. Perched on a twisted branch, his feathers blending into the night, sat an old owl. His golden eyes gleamed like embers in the dark. "I lost my light long ago," she whispered. "And even if I could shine, my glow is nothing compared to the stars." The owl tilted his head. "Ah, but you are not meant to be the stars. You meant to dance with them." Before she could reply, the owl took a deep breath and let out a long, resonant hoot. The sound rolled through the forest, low and powerful, vibrating through the very air. It reached deep inside the firefly, stirring something long buried. A memory, a feeling, a tiny flicker. Startled, she gasped, What was that? That, said the owl, was your light remembering itself. The firefly hesitated. But what if others don't like my glow? The owl blinked slowly. Do you think the stars worry about whether their light is welcome? They shine because it is their nature. The little firefly was quiet for a long moment. Then, for the first time in a very long time, she closed her eyes. Not to hide, but to go inward and remember who she truly was. She let go of the whispers that had once dimmed her spirit. She let go of the belief that she was too small to matter. And in that moment, she felt it. A warmth rising from within, like the spark of a fire. A golden glow pulsed gently from her body, timid at first, then steady, like a heart remembering how to beat. The firefly gasped. She lifted off the bark, spiraling into the air, her light growing brighter with every beat of her wings. She twirled, laughed as golden ribbons trailed behind her. And then something magical happened. From the branches below, another flicker appeared. Then another and another. One by one, hidden fireflies of the forest began to glow. Fireflies who had dimmed themselves long ago, who had believed they were too small, not meant to be seen. But now, as they watched her dance, their own light stirred to life. The firefly hovered in wonder. My light, it woke theirs. The owl nodded. Of course. The moment you remembered who you are, you gave others permission to do the same. The trees shimmered with tiny golden stars. The night, once quiet, now pulsed with a luminous rhythm, a symphony of light. Each firefly adding its glow to the great tapestry of the sky. And so, the little firefly danced, not to outshine and not to shrink, but simply to be. For she now knew the truth. A single light, however small, has the power to awaken the whole night. The firefly's journey is one many of us know well. At some point in life, we have all dimmed our light. Perhaps because others made us feel too bright. Because we feared standing out. Or because we believed we weren't enough. But just like the firefly, our light was never truly lost. It only waited to be remembered. Your light is your essence, your unique presence, your gifts, your love, your truth. No one else carries the same glow as you. And when you allow yourself to shine, not for validation, not for comparison, but simply because it is your nature, you become a beacon for others still lost in the dark. Just as the firefly's glow awakened those around her, your courage to be fully yourself will inspire those who are ready to remember. So I ask you now, where have you been dimming your light? And more importantly, are you ready to shine again? If this story awakened something in you, there are more stories waiting to be heard, stories that will guide you back to your light, your truth, and your limitless self. Follow along as we explore more journeys of remembrance, transformation, and awakening, because the world needs more fireflies who dare to dance.